the way they are. Enough of me telling you about it, though. Find out for yourself with the first half highlights. The Tall City rivalry for the game of the week. Midland High and Legacy going at it in week 9. On the first series for the Rebels, Donnie Bishop says, "I'll get this party started," as Bishop flies past everyone for a 64-yard touchdown run to open things up. Rebels near the goal line, and they call the bell cow's number. McKylan Young, who's done this a bunch, punches it in for a 5-yard score to make it 15-0 Legacy. In the second, Marcos Davila connects with Bishop, this time in the air on a wide-open touchdown, putting the Rebs up 36-7. Davila on the next series airs out a bomb to his boy Chris Razzle Dazzle Brazzle, who was left wide open for a 59-yard score. Midland High fighting back though. Quarterback Landry Walls throws to Brian Zai Perez for this touchdown of 14 yards, making it 43-14 Rebels. Corey, this Legacy team seems like it outdoes itself every week, scoring a ton of points and just really exerting its offensive prowess in the state of Texas. They're undefeated in district play, and they continue to climb in the state rankings as well. But if you ask Coach Hartman, he'll continue to tell you that they have things to improve on, and that's exactly what he told his team following this game. And Corey, the bragging rights this year go to the Legacy Rebels.
Thank you, Alex. And Coach is right. If you want to stay undefeated, well, you got to keep on looking for things to improve on, okay? All right, y'all, time to kick it to Andrews, where they had their first district matchup against Big Spring tonight. And the Steers pulled out all the tricks before they went treating next week. 2 reverses, then a pass to a wide open Kavian Ford to put Big Spring up early. Mustangs will answer though. EJ Lopez tosses a screen pass to Jalen Jones, who turns on the Jets and takes that mug 30 yards to the cribbo, but Andrews would miss the extra point. Now this play right here is crazy. Gabe Baeza, he finds Saquon Pfizer, but he fumbles it after taking a lick, so the ball is just bouncing around, and of course it finds the senior Brock Tijerina, who scoops and scores from 50 yards out. This would put Andrews within 2, but they wouldn't close the gap enough, losing this one by double digits. Now, I'm joined by senior Isaiah Holloway. Now, Isaiah, beginning of the year, you told me you and your guys' goal was to win district. Guess what? You're one step closer. How did it feel after tonight?
It feels great, man. I remember last year that it was 35-7 at halftime. We went to the locker room very down and very sad. We didn't know what we were doing. We came out, first 3 offensive drives, and then we had 3 turnovers straight. So we know we can be in the game, but this year is a very memorable one.
Yeah, this year seems different for y'all. Y'all are a different Steers team, and y'all have a different hashtag as well this year. Hashtag row the boat. Can you just explain to the people what does row the boat mean for y'all?
Okay, yeah, okay, so row the boat really started this year. So the boat, let me think. So the compass is the direction, and the direction for us is to a district championship. The oar is the movement, that we got to move on the same pace, and that we all got to be on the same roll. And so row the boat is really just moving as a team, and I just feel like if we move as a team, we can be the best team in Big Spring yet.
Got you. Hey, y'all are moving in the right direction right now, Isaiah. Congratulations on the win tonight, and good luck next week, my guy. All right, beautiful people, let's go ahead.
Love you, Mom.
Oh, look, a good shout out to Mom. Let's go ahead and go over here and meet my guy, Jonathan Polasic. Guess what, J. Poe, you had Greenwood versus Monahans tonight, and you told me earlier that this was going to be big playoff implications. Was that true?
Corey, this game had huge implications for both teams coming in. Greenwood came into this matchup sitting under 500, but they were 1-1 in district play, while Monahans sitting at 6-1 coming into this game, but 0-1 in district. Now, a win for either team would put them that much closer to catching up with first place Sweetwater, but a loss, well, that just makes things a little bit more complicated. But with that, let's go ahead and take a look at those first half highlights. An all-important district matchup. It's the Greenwood Rangers visiting the Monahans Lobos. It was a first quarter that if you blinked, you might have missed it. And you know what else you might have missed if you blinked? Dylan Dominguez taking it to the house, about 65 yards, and he gave the Rangers the early lead late in the first. Now it's Monahans. Chino Navarrete, he slings one towards the sideline, and Maclay Ortega climbs the ladder and plucks the ball out of the sky. Navarrete again, he looks like he wants to scramble, but he hits the Rangers with the jump pass. Tim Tebow winning one and finds Aiden Salcedo for 6. Greenwood coach Rusty Purser wanted the defense to step up, and boy did they. And here it is, RJ Kelly comes down with what would be the first of 2 picks in the first half in what's been a defensive battle. Let's go ahead and hear from Coach after the game. Now I'm here with the Greenwood head coach, Rusty Purser, and Coach, congratulations on the victory today. You know, you talked about it pregame. You wanted the defense to step up, and they absolutely did. Talk to me about that.
Shoot, without a doubt. You know, I mean, it was just one of those things. When you're challenged that way, hadn't played real well in a couple of weeks, it's time to show up. And they did tonight, forced some turnovers, came up with some huge plays. I think that was one of the things we had gone in talking about was making plays. We just hadn't been able to do that, and we got it done tonight.
Now, it was in that second half that Greenwood defense really clamped down on that Monahans offense, not letting them do much of anything, while the Ranger offense continued to go to work, marching up and down the field, putting up points and pulling away from the Lobos. Now, Monahans, they fall to 6-2 on the year and 0-2 in district play, while Greenwood, they move back up to 500, but more importantly, 2-1 in district play. Your final here tonight, Greenwood 41, Monahans 14. Corey?
Yeah, Jonathan, you're right. That district record is what matters the most, not the overall record, so Greenwood is in a great spot for playoffs. All right, let's head to the historic Ratliff Stadium, where 31 seniors were honored for Permian, as this was their last scheduled home game in their high school careers. And of course, you want to go out with a dub, but Mojo had a bit of a slow start. Central gets on this board first with this QB keeper here. So it was Rodney Hall's turn to deliver, and he does so like an iPhone text message, taking off up the middle and then juking out a defender, making him do the cha-cha slide. And now it's time to show the speed. 62 yards for the junior QB to set up Permian in the red zone. But the very next play, the Panthers fumbled the exchange, and that loose ball somehow finds the arms of a Bobcat, causing a crucial turnover. Thankfully, Mojo's defense stands, giving the ball back to Permian, and Rodney pulls out his haul pass to get into the end zone. Permian wins a close one on senior night. All right, let's make that 4 in a row for Mojo. Sheesh, them boys are hotter than chicken grease in a skillet, all right? Coming up on Game Time, you just saw Permian smack San Angelo. After the break, you get to see what Mason has in store for us in Kahoma. Then we'll check on Odessa High's final score. After that, I'll try to keep my streak alive with 4 plays in 30 seconds. And we'll wrap this bad boy up with our top play nominees. So don't change the channel, baby. We here all night.
We're the Kermit Panthers, and this is Game Time on News West 9.
Yes, sir,
Let's
baby.
go,
Yes, sir.
Panthers! Let's go, Mojo!
Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3.
Look who's back for more highlights. Luckily, we got them for you, baby. And when I say we, I mean this guy, Mason Stores. Brody, we were talking and we were saying we bet this game would be a close one. Was our bet right?
Corey, I have to say that our bet was very wrong. We said that both teams needed a big win tonight. Oklahoma took that one as a challenge to come out and dominate. Let's take a look at those highlights. Well, this was an important game across the board tonight as the Owls and the Bulldogs faced off in Oklahoma, Texas. We started the game off strong with a little defensive lineman training camp hosted by number 61, Kobe Cervantes. He's shedding blocks, he's stalking quarterbacks, and he's showing how it's done in the trenches. Then the Bulldogs decided to throw a little spice in it. Hand off to Bryson Kirby, who tosses it to Kai Kemper, who slings it into Billy Bailey, who is patiently waiting in the end zone. But their momentum wouldn't stop, getting a little tricky again with the misdirection. I mean, how can you blame the defense when the offense is even fooling the cameraman? Jaden Vineyard on the long run, and he brings it all the way home. Well, the regular season is winding down fast, but let me tell you, if the Bulldogs keep playing like this, these last couple games could be on the upswing for them. Corey?
Thank you, Mason. And just so y'all know, the cameraman was Mason. I don't know why he didn't want to say his name, but he was the one that got fooled on that play. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at how Odessa High and Abilene did tonight. We have a scoreboard for you right here. Abilene got a huge dub over Odessa High, 42-7. And so what does this mean for district, okay? Let's take a look at the standings to see where this all plays out now after tonight's games, okay? We're gonna go to more scores here. Anthony 20, Odessa Compass 6, Stanton 6 to Idalou 41. And do we have those district standings? Let's see. There we go. There goes the standings. Here we go. 1 through 7. Midland Legacy is on top, of course. They're still undefeated. Permian is now 4-1 after their win over San Angelo Central. Abilene just beat Odessa High. They're 3-1. And this is where it gets tricky, okay? San Angelo Central is 2-2. Midland High is 1-3. Odessa High is 1-3. If Midland High and Odessa High win one more game and San Angelo Central loses out, we will have a three-way tie. Did y'all hear me? Three-way tie for the last playoff spot, and that'll come down to a coin flip. So we'll see how this last section of the season goes, and every game matters for these teams. We'll be right back.
And it won't stop, son, till me in the squad get confetti to fall. Yeah, well, until that is the outcome. My job ain't done, and you ready to ball? Go war. Tell them that's what we ready for.
We're the Rebels, and you're watching Game Time on News West 9. Talk to them. Yeah.
still wouldn't guard even. If we see them in the streets, they don't really want beef like all vegans. Lord Jesus, you don't know what you up against.
All right, let's get this money, baby. This money, you know what I'm saying? 2 straight weeks I've made the time, and Walter's still hating over there in the booth. But guess what? Haters are my motivators, baby. So let's get this thing popping. Okay, over in Kermit, they couldn't tackle this QB from Lamisa, all right? He's looking around, doing a spin move and whatnot, and then eventually he gets into the end zone. Kermit loses this one. Now, our athlete of the week, Matt Rosas, he showed out tonight for McCamey. He jukes out the defense, giving the Badgers another dub for their 3rd straight win. At Fort Sam, Sawyer Stallings was dropping dimes like usual as the Buffs remain undefeated. Then in Fort Worth, QB River Rodriguez calls his own number for 6, as guess what? The Stangs don't win this one against All Saints, and I'm done. Cleared it. That was with a second. I saw it on the clock. Don't lie to me, okay? 3 straight weeks. Walter, you're still a hater, and I love it. We'll be right back after the break.
We're the Andrews Mustangs, and this is Game Time on News West 9. Go Mustangs!
No, he's talking to me. He's talking to me.
Welcome back. You know what time it is. Our top play nominees from tonight. Let's see who made the cut. First things first, we're going to go over to Andrews, where Big Spring threw that pick. Well, that's not a pick, it's a fumble. I'm sorry. Andrews then picks up that fumble by Brock Tijerina, who scoops and scores from 50 yards out. That's a great heads-up play there by the senior. Okay, let's move over to McCamey, where Matthew Rosas, our athlete of the week, there he goes. He makes one cut. Look at this move. Oh my goodness, makes a guy fall. He gets into the end zone. That boy nasty, folks. All right, then let's go over to Kahoma, where Mason Stores took this one and he got lost, our cameraman, but he found him. There goes the QB running down the field. Oh my goodness, that's a long TD for Kahoma. Remember, folks, to vote, just go to my Twitter page. That poll will drop tomorrow at 2 p.m. and you'll have until midnight on Monday to vote. Now, you don't have to wait that long for overtime, though. That's happening in just 15 minutes, and you can watch it on different platforms like YouTube, Facebook, and News West 9 app. But in the meantime, I love y'all. I hope y'all have a great weekend. Jesus loves you as well. Thank you for watching, and God bless.